Feldman here at Hilton Honors Skate America. I'm joined once again by John Coughlin and Michael Weiss. And although everyone at this table is special to me, we have an especially special guest joining us now. Olympic champion Meryl Davis and Mirrorball Trophy winner as well. Meryl, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we're missing both of our better halves over here.
Yes.
I can't even keep up with your guys' schedule anymore. Charlie's not here. He's in Salt Lake City. Do you know where he is right now? Because I can't keep track anymore.
It is hard to keep track, even of myself, so it's even hard to keep track of Charlie. But yeah, he's going to be dancing with Sharna for a show in Salt Lake City, doing a couple of numbers and, you know, mixing it up on the ice and off.
So I know that you are also continuing to do dancing off ice with Max. Can you talk a little bit about what you have coming up?
Yeah, luckily Charlie and I are going to be skating quite a bit, which is really nice. We're doing some of the distance specials coming up on ABC in the fall. And Max and I are going to be doing one of those specials as well. It's going to be a skating and dancing show combined, which is really exciting. I know you'll be doing it as well. And we're going to be doing his company's tour. It's called Sway. So we're going to be doing 2 shows with that as well.
Is it difficult at all to keep all of that choreography straight? I know you had to do it when you were on Dancing with the Stars, but that seems just like a lot.
It is a lot. You know, it's interesting because Charlie and I have been saying that because we're doing so many shows, we're so used to only having really 2 numbers to focus on throughout the year, and we have, at this point, 8 and 9 numbers to put together. So it's a different challenge, but we're definitely having a lot of fun with it as well.
So thankfully you're able to come here and take in some of the dance. It must be a little bit odd to be here but not be on the ice. But what did you think about the short dance last night?
I was really impressed with the short dance last night. You know, I think that it's going to be a really interesting race for American ice dance for the next couple of years. With Maddie and Evan and the Shibatanis, I think there's so much depth and so much talent. I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, well, let's take a quick look at the standings from last night's short dance. We can see there the Russians rounding out the top 3, Stepanova and Bukin, and then Maya and Alex Shibutani, and topping the leaderboard right now, Madison Chalk and Evan Bates. But a lot of those scores down there are very, very tight. And of course, we like to see a lot of movement in the free dance, and things are sort of changing around right now with the rules and the regulations in ice dance, so people are still experimenting with how and where they can get those most difficult levels and the highest technical scores. So I'd like to take a chance to look back right now at some of the highlights from last night's short dance event. And Meryl, I'll have you chime in here if you see anything interesting. This is the Russian team of Stepanova and Bukin.
Well, I thought this lift was a really great start to the program. I was very impressed by the strength of the lift, in particular because I know she had an accident in practice earlier that day. But I was really impressed with these 2. I hadn't seen them for a number of years, and I was really impressed by the strength of their skating and their elements.
Have you ever had anything like that happen where you've had an accident or had to miss the practice right before you compete?
I never have, thankfully. Charlie and I were really lucky in that respect, but you know, it didn't look like those 2 really missed a beat yesterday, so I think that says a lot for their preparation.
And of course now we have Maya and Alex Shibutani, one of the crowd favorites from last night. They took a very classical approach to this Paso Doble. I thought it had a lot of intensity, a lot of clear precision, which is very appropriate for the Spanish rhythm. Meryl, did you like this program and how it was composed?
I love this program. I think these 2 have really stepped it up this year, and I think you can really see their maturity throughout this program. I think one of the greatest things about the Shibatanis is just their cleanliness throughout their programs, and I think this is a great vehicle for them.
And guys, I don't want to exclude you, of course. Watching a great ice dance program, whether you know the technicalities of it or not, can have impact.
Very unique character in comparison to the other. And one of the questions I had looking forward to the free dance, I know that there's been a concerted effort from ISU to differentiate between pairs in dance. I know on the pair side we've eliminated twizzles from the step sequence, and then conversely in dance they're getting rid of one of the dance lifts. What do you feel about that? Do you think it'll positively change, negatively change, or do you think anyone will even miss it?
You know, I think it's a really interesting approach in ice dance from year to year. The rules seem to change so quickly. You know, we were just at the Olympics a couple months ago, and I'm already behind on the rules. I already have to look it up to see exactly what the expectations are. But you know, I think separating pairs in ice dance is always a little bit of a challenge, and taking those steps to make sure that's visible, I think, is an important thing to do.
I think it's difficult too when you become accustomed to a certain style of ice dance and then you change the rules. There's a little bit of a transitional period where you have to get used to seeing things in a new light. And of course, you and Charlie came up with some of the most impressive, beautiful acrobatic lifts that the ice dance world has ever seen. So in your case, if you were still competing, I would certainly miss that fourth lift. However, it does challenge the current teams to really come up with innovative transitions and choreography outside of the lifts to ensure that they're still able to fill the program and make it exciting. So thank you so much for helping us recap the short dance. I want to make sure that we throw back now to our in-venue host, Rusty Kath. Rusty, take it away.
Thank you very much, Tanith. And actually, before we let you guys go, I'm actually here in the crowd at Sears Center in Chicago, and I found a couple of fans who actually happen to have a couple of questions for your special guest, Meryl Davis. What's your name?
Hannah.
What's your question, Hannah?
What do you do in your free time?
What's the question? What do I do with my free time? There isn't a lot of it at the moment, which actually I'm very grateful for. It's been a very interesting transition, sort of stepping away from competition, which Charlie and I have been doing since we were really 5 and 6 years old. So a little bit of schoolwork. You know, while that's not the most fun use of your free time, I'm definitely enjoying expanding my horizons a little bit. Good question.
Very good question. You heard it here first. Meryl Davis says, spending your free time on schoolwork, not fun. We had one other question for you. What's your name?
Olivia.
Olivia, what did you want to ask Meryl?
Is it hard for you to be here and not be competing?
Is it hard for you to be here at Skate America and not be competing? Good question.
That's a good question as well. It is a little bit challenging. You know, I think as you see teams progressing, and not just the ice dance teams, but especially the guys last night and the ladies today, it is challenging. I think it's fun in a different way, but there's something so addictive about that competitive energy that I definitely miss.
Very good questions. Folks, here in the arena, we're going to get geared up for the free dance. Great job, you two. Folks in the arena, you can also check out the AT&T Ice Deck at the top of section 112. We're going to let them get back to work. We're going to gear up for more figure skating.
All right, and guys, tune in to IceNetwork.com. We're going to continue our conversation in just one moment. Meryl, before we let you go, we want you to take a look at what we decided were going to be our ice dance predictions for the free dance. So bear with us. Okay. We may not be as accurate as we can, but let's take a look now at what myself, John, and Mike put up as our predictions. So in my case, I have Chalk and Bates at the top, Shibutani and Stepanova and Buchan. Not a whole lot of movement.
I think of most note is probably my prediction. I mean, you guys, Meryl and Charlie, are so amazing that they're actually not competing in the competition, but they will actually still win the Skate America title this year, which is amazing.
Not here, but Tanith, I think Tanith knows our programs pretty well.
I can probably pull it off. I have blonde curly hair. I can do this.
You do have blonde curly hair. I don't know. I don't know if you can lift me quite as well as Charlie can, but we can give it a go. I think we should try.
Well, thanks for going easy on us, Meryl. I know you want to get to your seat to take in the free dance, so we'll let you go now. Thank you again.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
And John, actually, while Meryl takes her leave, I wanted to ask you as well. Is it difficult for you to be here and not be out on the ice? You're just one season off of your competitive career as well.